Warning: federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Tune in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Come join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Yeah. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Oh, would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Oh, oh, here in heaven. Oh, yeah. 'Cause I don't believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, it's the Resident This is with the kisses, baby. Baby, what's good in your city, baby? Everything over here on my block. You can call me Miss Peachy, the missus, Tanel, whatever you want to call me is fine with me. But everybody call me Miss Peachy, and I like that. So thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for being here tonight. It's been 2 weeks, baby. It's been 2 weeks since y'all saw all of us together. Okay. Um, we ain't got Charlotte here with us tonight, unfortunately. At least not yet. She probably gonna slide on through. But y'all know I got my boy. He gonna roll with me with regardless. He gonna roll with me. And that's Mr. Jason. I hit the button too quick. It pulled you up.
I noticed it.
I thought I was gonna finish talking, but I didn't get a chance to. Hi, Jason.
What up, though? What's good with you? How you doing?
Yes, I'm good. I ain't seen you in 2 weeks.
It's been a minute. We took a little bit of a break for the summer. You feel me? But we back.
We talked. We didn't do FaceTime.
That's
right. But
fine.
we talked.
Sure did.
And this is my first time seeing Jason in 2 weeks. Hey.
It's good to see you. Hold on, but did you say they can call you delicious?
No, I didn't say that. The missus. Oh my
God.
The
missus. Okay.
Oh,
I was like, whoa, when did we get that name? That was new.
The missus. For everybody out there that thought that's what I said, I didn't say that. I
didn't say that.
You call me
Nobody
the
called her
missus.
delicious.
Sometimes I talk too fast.
Right.
I can't stand you, Jason. Jason's funny. Did you just say delicious? I just need to know that before I go any further.
That's right. We had to correct that real quick.
Exactly. But we are here, baby. We are here in full effect. I miss everybody. But I was on Monday.
Yes,
Did a show on Monday. Jason was there. Jason came through and was like, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, man. We got to help us. We got to help each other out. We can't let us,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And Jason was right on time, baby. He was right on time.
You did half the show and nobody heard
Exactly. Exactly. And I ain't even go back and edit it either.
No, that's okay. And it's fine and dandy. It's fine and dandy.
Thank you. I just hope they know to hit the fast forward button. That's all you got to do.
Oh, speaking of, if you guys do want to go review that and take a look at it, you surely can. All you got to do is go ahead and hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button when you head on over to YouTube. Shout out to all my YouTube family and friends that are over there right now. We're currently live over on Facebook. We also live on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. So please make sure that you guys are tapping in on all of those platforms, liking on every single one of them. But not only that, make sure you're following us. Now, here's the dope part. If you guys would like to and go watch that show back on Monday, because we are live on Monday, Wednesdays. Well, excuse me, not we. The missus is live on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and some Saturdays. But I am here every Wednesday. And if you guys want to check out any of those shows, you can head on over to YouTube. And that's Peachy Tea Tyme. And that's time spelled with the Y. Tyme. If you want to catch any of the previous shows. As you can see, we started the night off with Kendarius and the family. So if you guys want to go rewatch that and see what we're going to be talking about or why we played those, the missus will be showing you exactly why we played it, because we got something happening at the end of this month. But also, he's in the spotlight, right? As you can see right here, Peachy Loved Ones 2-week spotlight. So we're giving love to Kendarius KD Spear and the family. So if you want to review exactly what happened to him and his family, then please head on over to YouTube. Again, look up Peachy Tea Tyme, time spelled with the Y, Tyme, and then look for KD Kendarius, and you better or go back and watch that exact show.
All right. Now, I also want to make sure that I add that we are going to have another one later on down the line, 2-week spotlight for KD's stepfather as well. His stepfather and his mom was on the show some months ago. They was on the show, and a tragedy occurred after our show. I'm sorry, y'all. My earring came up. I'm sorry. So a tragedy occurred after the show. Not right after the show, y'all. So I want to make that clear too. Not right after the show, but some months after the show, a tragedy occurred to where KD's mom, other son, actually murdered the stepfather, David Gay, and they were both on the show. The mom and David was on the show talking about KD, and now he's no longer with us months later. So both of them will be honored, Jason, on August the 31st
Amazing.
for our Hearts in the Sky event, our first annual the Peachy Memorial Museum experience. So both of them will be honored. Behind me, I already told y'all on Monday, so if you wasn't watching on Monday, then you don't know. But I will be showing from here on out to the end of the month to August 31st. Every time I do a show, y'all gonna see an invite behind me, which is the people that we are honoring. Now, unfortunately, you cannot see all of Tiana's face because this is a flyer. This is a flyer that I sent out to the families for their family and friends to come. So it's not positioned well. So I apologize for that. But like I told y'all, I was gonna show it. So it is here. And August 31st is right around the corner. And I still got so much to
coming
do,
quick.
Jason. Oh.
It's coming quick.
Oh, I still got so much to do. Shout out to Aleda. Shout out to Aleda. Aleda has been helping me tremendously. Tremendously. I mean, I don't know if she's watching right now, but baby, you have really, really helped me out. So I definitely want to say thank you to Aleda. And my other friends just as well. Shout out to them. Shout out to Tamika. And others that have helped with this event. I definitely appreciate it. So, but we almost there. We almost there. And when I tell y'all, I'm so super excited because this is going to be an event that I believe that I will never, ever, ever forget. Because some of the surprises that I have, I mean, people gonna be blown away. Gonna be blown away. So, hey, Carmen.
Big shout out to Carmen in the building. We see you, Carmen. What's good, girl?
What's good, Carmen? I miss you and I love you. Hey, Miss Joyce. I see you out there in the building just as well. I love you too, girl.
What up,
Thank y'all all for watching tonight. I really do appreciate it. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. At the same time, I need to do my shares. So I haven't shared the video yet. So at the same time, if y'all can share with me,
please.
That would be wonderful, 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 wonderful. And of course, always, always, always welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, Jason, let's get started. It's so many people that's going to be coming in, y'all, because they are waiting for part 2. They are waiting for part 2 of the DoorDash delivery. Have you saw that on my page, Jason?
Man, every time I open up my Instagram, regardless of where I'm opening it up at, I get Peachy Tea Tyme as the first thing.
You so crazy.
I promise. I promise. First thing popping. So yes, I saw it several times when I
You saw it several times. All right. Well, I do have part 2 that I'll be showing tonight. So make sure y'all stick around for that. I will go ahead and show the one that I did post on my page today. So I will show that later on. And then we'll go into the update. But first, y'all, we gotta go ahead and get into what I want to start with. It's so much on the radar tonight, baby. It's so much on the radar tonight. Let's start with Peeping Time. Let's start with Peeping Time. Yeah, Peeping Time. I didn't even know they still had Peeping Times out there. But I guess, I thought they were just called stalkers.
I guess that's two different things.
Is it different?
You following them around everywhere. Peeping Time mean you're looking in their house.
You looking while she in the shower?
Whatever they doing.
They just watching. They just watching.
Yep.
Okay, that's not a good thing, y'all. So I'm gonna need all the Peeping Times. If you out there watching right now, I'm gonna need you to pay attention because everybody ain't playing these games no more. No. Everybody ain't playing these games no more when it comes to their peoples. All right. So here we go. Let me get this right.
An accused Peeping Tom was met with bullets after smashing the window of a home in Meyerland this morning. The family inside said they called police and then one of them was arrested. ABC 13's Luke Jones is live from HPD headquarters with this story, Luke.
Yeah, we're told a man's in trouble for shooting the accused peeper, who we're told was armed with a butcher knife and a hammer. Now, police aren't confirming that at the moment, only telling us there's one person potentially facing charges. To that man's relatives, though, they say he shouldn't be. It's a clear-cut case of self-defense. Handcuffed and limping, the man Keontae Davis says she saw peering through her bathroom window this morning at the Life at Jackson Square apartments. We're not showing his face since he hasn't yet been charged with a crime.
He's asking me, do I have a cigarette?
Her brother-in-law scares him off, she says.
You can't stare through people's windows, that's weird.
But hours later, when Davis is already at work, her relatives say the man reappeared, smashing the window with a hammer.
My mom was in the bathroom as he busted. She thought somebody was shooting. That's how bad. Like she said she just dropped to the ground and started crawling.
This time, she says her brother-in-law runs outside to confront the man, who family members say was also armed with a butcher knife.
And shots just went off.
Darion Davis says her husband shot the vandal in the leg. Then they called police. They weren't expecting what happened next. Her husband arrested, she claims, told he'll be charged with aggravated assault.
I definitely don't think that he deserved that. I think he deserved self-defense because that's what that was.
The accused peeper went to the hospital. Police haven't said if he'll face charges.
Blood like here.
Davis hopes he does. She says he's been squatting in this vacant apartment, and others tell us they've caught him peering in their windows too.
I literally am scared to actually be in these apartments or in this area anymore because HPD doesn't take anything serious. Like they just let everything go around here.
Now, last check, criminal charges hadn't posted for Davis's husband in publicly available court records, but his family says police took him away this morning and they haven't seen him since. Live downtown tonight, Luke Jones, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
All right, y'all.
Boy, HPD is something else, man. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to start it off with this. Who's that peeping in my window? Pow. Nobody
now. Ain't nobody now.
Ain't nobody now, man.
But he might be big.
Oh,
but you know what? They need to do something with these vacant apartments, vacant houses.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about that since we started Peachy Time. It's Peachy Tea Tyme, the vacant houses. We don't really talk about the vacant apartments, but shit, it's all the same. It's all running neck and neck. But they need to make sure that they don't have people inside these buildings. They are dragging little kids inside these vacant apartments or vacant homes, doing God knows what with them, and sometimes some of these kids don't even make it out.
Sure enough.
Okay.
And so here's the thing. I used to lease apartments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what property management, whether they're on site or someone's working in the front office, whatever that look like, should be checking those apartments like, weekly, bi-weekly to make sure that no one is in them or squatting in them. Because what happens is if someone squats in it long enough, they become a tenant, and then they got to go through all these different legal processes to get the person out of there. That's the tough part. So they really do need to be checking on that heavily. But again, in the SWAT in the real sketchy areas of Houston,
I ain't going.
It's tough. But now the one thing I do want to talk about though is my man's that shot old boy, right, for doing what he did. And again, this goes down to the aspect of, was my guy posing a threat? You know what I'm saying? And if he wasn't, you just can't go and shoot people. You still got to try. You call the cops. Hold them at gunpoint to the cops get there, but you just can't willingly just shoot someone, especially if they're not posing a threat to you. And that's the issue now. And also, you got to mind yourself now. Like if you got a Moscow tool, you can't have any priors. Like you can't have, issues and shit like that where your background gonna cause you more difficulty and cause you more harm. So I'm praying for my mans because I don't want him to get lost in the system. And you know what I'm saying? And we having some random story again here on Peachy Tea Tyme about them not seeing their brother and her husband because he got carted off and we ain't never heard from him since then. Because we've had that. We've had those stories on here where they're still waiting to find their loved one that got sent into the jail system.
Exactly. All right, y'all. We about to move in. You know, I wasn't gonna play this right now, but I said let me go on ahead and bring it on in. Bring it on in. Will it on in? The 10-piece chicken. I don't know no other way to say it. The 10-piece chicken. You know, when I saw this, Jason, and everybody, please share this video now. Now is the time for y'all to share this video. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all be like, let me tell you. Sometimes I just be all over the place. What is Wendell talking about? Never mind. We're not gonna talk about what Wendell talking about. Wendell is retarded. Okay. Anyway, Jason, I'll tell you after the show. Wendell is crazy though. Wendell, shout out to you. Shout out to you if you watch it. But I am so sick and tired of us. I don't care if we brown, black, light skinned. I don't care. I'm tired of us acting a fool over food.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
Like, people is going to jail, going to prison because they cannot control their damn anger over food. Over food. I'm just saying. Miss Joyce, no, I haven't seen it yet. It'll probably show up in the notes, in the comments. Miss Joyce said, excuse me. Did you get my stars? I sent 200 stars. Belinda shaking my head. But yes, Miss Joyce, I don't know yet. I try my best to let y'all know. Please do not send stars. Me and Miss Joyce, me and you had talked about this before already. But when y'all send the stars, I guess it take a long time for me to accumulate all the stars before I can even get anything for it. So maybe it will show up. I'm not sure. But so far I haven't gotten anything for the stars. So Ms. Joyce, I'm sorry. But me and you we did talk about it once before. So I love you, Stove, and I thank you. All right, y'all. If y'all want to send anything, please try your best to try to send it through Cash App or Zelle. Cash App or Zelle, okay? Jason, is this it? I think that's it. That's got everything on here, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it's on there. Yeah, somewhere on there. Okay, y'all. So let's get into this chicken. It is not funny. It's just I laugh at everything. So Jason, just hear how she started talking.
She did this over a 10-piece chicken wing. She passed fryers to come here.
So basically, what
now
she's
at 6,
saying
Milwaukee
is,
police investigating a frightening.
So what she's saying is, she went past the chicken spot that she went to go deliver them the chicken. She went clean past that chicken spot to come to her house to act the fool.
Encounter for this DoorDash delivery driver.
Court documents say
She did this over a 10-piece chicken wing. She passed fryers to come here.
Now at 6, Milwaukee police investigating a frightening encounter for this DoorDash delivery driver.
Court documents say a customer allegedly followed Faith Morris home because of an undelivered food order.
Our Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan spoke with Faith today about her push for policy changes at DoorDash.
She picked up one of those bricks off of the neighbor's lawn and she threw it onto here.
A smashed windshield.
This looks like she was beating my car with the four-way.
A hammered hood.
Knocks my rearview mirror off, busts this window, and the whole window out here.
And passenger side windows now in pieces on the ground.
This ain't no junkyard car. This is a 2024.
Faith Morris's livelihood as a DoorDash delivery driver.
I can no longer work right now. I can't make deliveries.
Now out of commission with $6,000 worth of damage. All over $18 worth of fast food.
I was outside for 10 minutes. This is the hood. I'm not about to sit outside with my kids in front of somebody's house I don't know for over 10 minutes.
This search warrant says Faith was unable to complete the delivery due to losing internet connection with the DoorDash app and returned home. Faith says that's when the customer bombarded her with calls.
She says, you just told me to have a blessed night. You said you was at home. I got your location.
Minutes later, a knock on her door caught on camera before Faith says she saw the woman proceed to bash her car. She believes the customer was able to track her home using the app's GPS since the order was never delivered.
I actually need a lawyer so that by the end of this, I can own DoorDash and change the policy. Because first of all, yes, DoorDash policies need to change.
DoorDash sent TMJ4 a statement that says, this customer's actions are completely uncalled for, unacceptable, and disturbing. We have permanently banned them from our platform and are in touch with the Dasher directly to offer our support. The Milwaukee Police Department says the investigation is ongoing. We are seeking a known suspect at this time.
What do you hope happens to the person who did this to you?
I hope that they don't take this lightly at all. What she did, this is not warranted a 10-piece chicken wing.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.
You know, I'm lost, man. You turn an $18 order to a felony charge? Because, you know, if you got $1,000 over damages, you're in the felony area. So now you have that. But not only that, you following them home for some food? Oh, you brought up the second one. Oh, snap. Go ahead and play it.
I just want to say this. I'm sorry. You saw her. She came to your door. She knocked on your door. You saw her bash your car up. You didn't do nothing. You ain't had no Moscow tool to do nothing, apparently.
Nope.
You didn't come out there to say stop. You ain't do nothing at all.
Nope,
So my
don't do nothing.
question is this. Lady, why the hell did you get on the news? They know where you live at.
Well, because
You
she
just-
said it. She said, well, because really, she ain't got an issue with the woman. Like, yeah, it sucks, and the law gonna get the woman, but she got a problem with is DoorDash. Like, DoorDash should not be having it continue to have her what is it called? Her location, because that's how she was able to find her. She just followed
I
back
agree
the
with that
location.
now.
It didn't
I
turn
definitely
off.
agree with that. So let's go ahead and go on part 2, Jason. Let's go to part 2. Here we go.
She ruined a $300 stroller and car seat.
Faith Morris's 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander is a wreck.
There's glass on everything.
Her windshield
Look at the baby,
smashed in,
Jason.
she says, by an angry DoorDash customer. It was around 2 a.m. July 11th. Morris says she had just picked up a food order and was on her way to deliver it when her phone lost service and connection to the DoorDash app.
I didn't know exactly what the address was.
So Morris turned around, went home, contacted DoorDash, and asked the company to cancel the order.
The order disappears. So usually that means that they cleared the order or something like that.
But the customer kept calling.
She's saying like, no, you stole my food. I even tipped you.
A search warrant obtained by 12 News says this video from Morris's Ring camera shows the angry customer knock on Morris's door. We've blurred her face because she hasn't been formally charged. Morris didn't answer the door, but watched from her window as the customer approached her car with the DoorDash order still in the back seat and started smashing it with a tire iron.
It was like a movie. It was so crazy just to sit there and be like totally defenseless.
Morris asked DoorDash how the customer got her location. In messages Morris shared with 12 News, a DoorDash support agent said one of their representatives gave confidential information to the customer, which, quote, violates the policy.
Are you serious? Get your manager on the phone. One of your customers just came over here and destroyed my car. Over 10 chicken wings that didn't even have lemon pepper on them.
Now Morris says she and her 4 kids don't feel safe at home.
I also had to break my lease, and I got to be out of this place in 26 days. I don't even know where I'm going. I don't have no place to take my kids.
Certainly a very concerning security issue. Emily joining us now live at Milwaukee Police Headquarters. Emily, you tried to get answers tonight from DoorDash.
Right, Blake. I reached out to DoorDash to ask how the customer got her location, but I have not heard back. We do know, though, Milwaukee police investigators filed that search warrant to get the customer's name and address from the app. At this point, MPD tells me that they do know who they're looking for, but they haven't made any arrests. Morris says that she's facing $6,000 in damages to her car.
Yeah, DoorDash would definitely have to pay for that. I'm sorry, Jason. Yeah. Look, we both talking. DoorDash would have to pay for that one.
Yeah. Run me my munions. We need 50x on all of it. I need you to give me the 6 to fix the car. I need another 100,000 for my moving expenses. I need another 200,000 because you leaked my information to somebody that you shouldn't have done that to, so you gave my privacy up. And I need another 1.5 million for restitution because I'm struck. I'm hurt. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm watching my back, and I don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna need all that. Give me $3.5 million, and I'll walk away from this clean.
What? I wonder what did the damn driver? The food person. What did they say to the worker over the phone that they could literally convince them
that part
to give them the address?
That part. That's why I said, give me $3.2 million and we good. Because I need restitution for you leaking my email. Yup, there you go, Carmen. I got PTSD. My children scared. Yes. I'm scared. I gotta leave. They know where I live.
Yeah, they gonna get paid. She gonna get paid. I definitely think she gonna get paid. She just gotta stay with it. She gotta stay with it. A lot of people, they don't stay with the shit. Explicit language also allegedly. They don't stay with it. She said she finna own DoorDash. Yeah. Mm-hmm. DoorDash fix her car. They ain't fixed it yet. So we finna see how this gonna play out because I will be following this story. I might even try to see if I can contact her, Jason, and see if she'll be willing to come on the show to tell us how she feel. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Jason, you're right. Maybe this is what she had to do to get DoorDash to straighten up and act like some shit done went down. Because DoorDash probably, this happened?
What?
To who? Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Let me go ahead and transfer you up.
Let me transfer you to the driver.
What you say?
That's what she probably. Let me transfer you to the driver, and then all of a sudden, here's their location and address.
Oh no, I'm talking about the girl that's the driver herself. I said that's why she had to come on the news because DoorDash probably ain't acting right, giving her no act right at all. So they probably keep let me transfer you. But y'all finna get some act right now, I tell you that much. Let's get into this story, y'all. I'll be watching this story with y'all for the first time. I did not watch the whole thing. It actually just hit the scene. But I said, this sounds interesting. So, an Oakland County daycare owner charged in Detroit shooting. Baby, Jason, she was in your town. Acting a fool. It was her or was it somebody else? Let's see. Here we go. Did I hit?
Police arrested her. The situation centers around this woman here, Keisha Wade. Detroit police arrested her after saying that she shot a family member inside the elevator of a senior living apartment last month. We're going to have more on that in a moment. But we want to talk about the most recent matter, which is her daycare. Now, Wade ran a daycare inside of this home, which is off of Stratford Court in Farmington Hills. This is how the home looked when we visited today. Now, according to Zillow, this is in a neighborhood with numerous homes that are valued at more than $500,000. Now, while we found Wade's daycare received several 5-star reviews on Google, the Michigan Department of Lifelong Education Advancement and Potential, also known as MyLeap, says that Wade broke a lot of rules. So check this out. Her violations, they include an overflowing basement toilet with wooden flush, no soap, hand towels, or toilet paper in a bathroom, spoiled food on the counter and the floor, and a broken refrigerator with rotting food inside. There was also not enough spaces for some of these children to sleep. Now, keep in mind, Keisha Wade received her operating license in September 2022. State inspections revealed the violation started only 6 months later. Then came the shooting at Macaulay Commons. On Detroit's east side, police say that a fight between family members escalated in the elevator. Wade shot a relative. That's according to police. Sources told that Fox 2 the family was grieving the loss of the mother who died the week before. We went to the home in Farmington Hills. Keisha Wade, she did pull up to our SUV as we were leaving. We gave her numerous opportunities to share her side of the story. She declined and said that the courts would exonerate her. So her saga continues.
That's very sad. And at the end of the day, you talk about these children, if all these allegations are true, spoiled food, not places to sleep. People depend on these daycares to make sure their kids at least will have the basics.
You know, this is supposed to provide peace of mind for a lot of families, a lot of working families. And this is the situation that they run into when they're like, this is why people can't really trust a lot of daycares nowadays, not only because of this story, but a lot of other stories that we've done in the past.
Yeah, and the state has to stay on top of it as well. All right, thanks, Brandon.
No problem.
All right, y'all. This story right here, I think that people look at folks' houses from the outside. From the outside, be like, okay, we definitely good now. We good. Everything gonna be just fine. We can drop our kids off. The house looks beautiful, and like they said, it's in a $500,000 neighborhood. So you would think that the house is okay. By looking at that video, just okay. Did y'all see them blinds? The windows? But the inside pretty decent for the kids. I will say that. Pretty decent for the kids. But how is the food spoiling and stuff? Like, is you giving them to these kids? I bet these kids going home, Belinda. Talk about my stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. And you wonder why. She over there feeding your child old food, spoiled food. That's what she doing. And ain't no telling how much money she making. She probably making a killing just because her house is in a $500,000 neighborhood. She probably making a killing, y'all. And then you can't even keep the food up for the kids. Yeah, you need to go to jail. You need to go to jail. I bet she keeping her hair done. I bet she got the flyest clothes, fly shoes, bags and all. But you can't even make sure that these kids eat. That's sad. Like, the ball was in your park. You did it. You was able to get a whole daycare center in a nice big house. Not in no little small house. Not inside one of them 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, and you just trying to, make some quick money. Not at all. They done gave you a big old mansion. You have been able to afford a big old damn near mansion. And you still don't act right. Still don't act right. So, like they always say, God giveth, and he will take it away. Quick, fast, and hurry, baby. Soon as you get it, soon as he snatch it right on back. That's what we need to start doing. Just snatch it right on back. We gotta show these kids. That's how quick he'll do it. Snatch it. So let's go ahead, y'all. Move on to the next clip. Jason will be coming right back. So we are going to move on to the let me see. What's this? Oh, so y'all remember we had the boy on, not the boy. We had the family of Ronald Dumas on the show. Let me see if we have his flyer still up here. Yeah, we do. We still have his flyer. So we had the family for him. Ronnie Dumas. Let me see. Dumas, I'm sorry. I'm trying to take down the banner. There. Let me take down the comment. Okay. Do y'all remember this photo? We had his child's mother on the show. I think we had one of his best friends was on. Yeah, one of his best friends was on the show. His daddy came on the show just as well. and he was missing. The last place they saw him was at the liquor store. He was at the liquor store, and he left out the liquor store with females. He didn't come in the liquor store with the females, but he was leaving out with the females. And like 5, 6 people had got arrested, but nobody is still talking or saying where Ronnie is at. Okay, so they came on the show, and I don't be knowing, y'all, if things happen because people came on Peachy Tea Tyme. I don't know. I do know that Peachy Tea Tyme got a lot of views. We are up there in the millions when it comes to views on my whole Facebook page. So it is a possibility that things can happen when people come on the Peachy Tea Tyme, and I'm thankful for that. I'm so thankful to God for that. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about it, y'all. A girl done got arrested. A girl done got arrested. Shout out. A girl has gotten arrested, and they are ready to see if she is willing to talk. That is not the girl that got arrested. She is the news lady. But a girl done got arrested. Y'all about to see it in this clip, and hopefully she's like a key witness, to everything. And they are waiting for her to talk. So here we go. Let's see what they got going on. And this is recent, y'all. This was actually 6 days ago. This video was 6 days ago. Here we go.
New details revealed in an abduction investigation involving a missing Huntsville realtor. The family's investigator told Fox 54 within the last hour that a key suspect in the case will appear in court tomorrow morning. That suspect is Kira Clark. She's currently held at the Madison County Jail, which is where Fox 54's Gabe Glassman joins us live from. Gabe, you spoke with the family's investigator within the last hour. Fill us in on what he told you.
Yeah, Kenesha, the private investigator for the Dumas family, telling me just a little bit ago that Kira Clark will be having her Anaya's Law hearing tomorrow morning. That hearing is set to take place at the Madison County Courthouse at 10:30 in the morning, and it will determine whether or not Clark will be allowed bond. Missing. No one has seen or heard from Ronald Dumas Jr. for more than 7 months. Clark is one of the 5 Dumas' abduction. She faces multiple charges. According to Tennessee court records, after tomorrow's hearing, she will appear in court again next Tuesday. Another suspect in this case is Kentarius White. Shelby County inmate records show a detainer on his file being held for the Huntsville Police Department. He's still in Shelby County's custody at this time, but HPD tells us paperwork to place him back in HPD's custody has been filed. We spoke to the family of the missing Huntsville realtor and the family's private investigator about these newest developments. Here's what they had to say.
The case is gaining a little momentum. We're getting a little more hopeful. I'm feeling there is hope that it will end soon.
Since she got arrested and nobody really had an answer as far as when she might get brought down here. And so we didn't know that, that it was coming yesterday, but everybody was excited.
People that represent the Dumas family are telling us they are working on increasing reward funds, and they're planning on placing billboards in the Memphis area to help continue efforts to bring Ronald Dumas home. Live from the Madison County Jail, I'm Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.
I definitely think they need to increase the reward. Let's make that clear. I definitely think Carmen said, I remember that story. Yep, they had all came on to Peachy Tea Tyme. I definitely think that, especially since they have picked up this young lady, and like I said, she was somebody that they have really been looking for. So now is definitely the time to increase it, because at the end of the day, somebody done said something. It was too many of them that was a part of this, allegedly, that I'm sure they probably told each other not to say nothing to anybody, but I'm sure they did. I'm sure somebody said something to somebody, and it might just be her, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, she possibly could have been the youngest one. If you go back and watch that show, you will see other news broadcasting clips that I showed that particular night, where it actually showed all the people that they had already had arrested. But again, nobody is talking and saying where Ronnie is at. So y'all, all I ask is that y'all pray for this family, because prayers are definitely needed. Okay. Let's get into our topic for tonight. Okay. Let's get into our topic for tonight. We are about to talk about the 14-year-old that took out his parents. Okay. The 14-year-old that took out his parents. What we're going to do, because I definitely want Jason to be able to put his input on this right now. So we're going to show just one of the clips. After we show that clip, we are going to go into a commercial break. We're going to go into a commercial break. And then after the commercial break, we'll come back, show another clip. And then hopefully Jason will be back by then and we'll be able to talk about this story. So here we go. This is the first clip.
Tonight, we are getting the first look at the 14-year-old accused
of
killing his parents. This is Trevor Lee. Clay County deputies say he called 911 just after midnight Monday while standing in the parking lot of a church over a mile away from his home. I'm Tanika Hughes.
And I'm Ben Becker. Lee's parents were found dead inside their home on Silver Point in County Road 220. Action Jack's Madison Foglio's live in Middleburg. In Madison, you listened to two newly released 911 calls.
And Ben, one of those 911 calls came from Trevor's sister, Ayanna Russell, who's actually stationed out in California. The other came from Trevor himself, and much of Trevor's call was redacted. But one thing that we were able to hear is that he asked the dispatcher if he wanted to pray with him.
Tonight, 911 calls give us a small glimpse into what happened moments after 14-year-old Trevor Lee allegedly killed his parents, David and Brandy. The Clay County Sheriff's Office released two 911 calls, one from Trevor and one from his sister, who's in California. She stayed on the phone with dispatchers for nearly 20 minutes while deputies tried to track down her brother and get into the home.
I knew my son had a guys. I told her.
According to a police report, Lee's mother and father were found in their bedroom. Both have been shot several times. Lee told police there was an argument at some point Sunday evening. Lee then allegedly left the house and walked over a mile to a church down the road, where he then called 911.
Well, I was going to ask if you could pray for me, ma'am. But now I'll definitely be praying for you, son.
Action News Jack spoke exclusively to Lee's sister, Ayanna Russell. She says despite this horrific tragedy, she still loves her little brother.
Did he make a mistake? Yes. He made a big mistake, a huge one. My little brother, he is not a monster.
Now, we reached out to the state attorney's office, and they told us that Lee had a detention hearing this morning in juvenile court and is now being held in jail. And when we asked the state attorney's office if they will charge him as an adult, they said, the spokesperson says it's still an active investigation, and they will let us know once that decision is made. And they did tell us, however, that Lee's next hearing will be August 13th in Clay County.
Well, I definitely will be following that story. Okay, definitely. Let's go ahead, y'all, and let's get into our commercial break, baby. Our commercial break. Now, y'all know that I'm in these streets, baby. I am in these streets, and I sell some of everything. Okay, I sell some of everything. But at this moment, the month of August, the whole month of August, y'all, I am selling Peachy Memorial boxes, okay? Peachy Memorial boxes. I blessed a family. Shout out to that family. Hey, Bo. Shout out to Angela, baby. I blessed Angela with the first Peachy Memorial box. Baby, it was me, Wendell, we was in the building, we had the cameras rolling, and baby, it was amazing. It was amazing. We all shared some tears, though. We did share some tears. But it was a success. It was a success. She loved the box. When I say she loved the box, she loved it. So here you go. just a little bit of what happened. You gotta just follow everything. Just follow the video. But again, I am selling these boxes right now for the month of August only. For check out the flyer. Here we go.
Whether for your own heart, a loved one, or to sow a seed for a grieving family that you may or may not know, this Peachy Memorial Box offers comfort, reflection, and warmth during difficult times. Each box is a gentle reminder that love never fades. Thoughtfully packed to bring a smile, a tear, and a whole lot of peace. We promise, when it's opened you'll fall in love with what's inside. Everything custom made with the loved one of your choice. So go ahead and surprise a family you may or may not know. Your act of kindness will mean more than words can express. Let someone know they're not alone by giving a Peachy Memorial Box today. Remember, these prices is only for the month of August. Email today for more details and to purchase. info@peachyteatyme.com.
All right, y'all. Here go clip number 2.
Him just to be known as a killer or a murderer,
This
and
is
that
his
he was
friend.
a great kid, a great son, and a great brother.
The Clay County Sheriff's Office says 14-year-old Trevor Lee killed his parents, then called 911 to turn himself in. According to Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook, the teenager got into an argument with his parents, 44-year-old David Lee and 45-year-old Brandy Smith, before the shooting.
Our Christina Burgess is joining us live outside the home. Christina, you've been there since this morning speaking with family and friends. What have they been telling you?
Yeah, Heather and Anthony, family, friends, and even neighbors who knew the couple and their son, they tell me that they are shocked and saddened at this news. They also say that the family appeared to be your typical family.
They were probably one of the best families I knew. They were funny, and they treated me very well. They told me all the time that they loved me like a son, and they treated me as such.
14-year-old Kyrie Beeman came to David Lee and Brandy Smith's home almost every week to hang out with his best friend, Trevor Lee. Monday afternoon, Beeman is now praying in front of the home where the couple was shot and killed at by their 14-year-old son, Trevor. According to Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook, 14-year-old Trevor Lee got in an argument with his parents Sunday night. Police say the teen shot and killed his parents, then called 911 and surrendered at a nearby church. Beeman says he last spoke with Lee around midnight.
He told me that he loved me, and he told me that he was just calling to tell me goodnight. Trevor isn't a bad person. He made some bad mistakes, and he will suffer the consequences of them, but that's not all he was.
She was a happy person. I mean, just a good person all the way around.
James Lewis is cousins with Brandy Smith and says her family was like any other.
Every time I seen them laughing, joking, doing family things.
2 parents gone, a teen behind bars, and a Middleburg community now rattled forever.
The Trevor that did this, I don't know that Trevor. And the Trevor that I knew and all of our friends knew, I will continue to be friends with him. And I pray that the Trevor that did this died last night.
And according to Sheriff Michelle Cook, they are currently looking into Trevor Lee's mental health history. The teen is being charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. Reporting live in Middleburg, Christina Burgess.
Well, I did like how well that young man spoke. I definitely want to say that. I think I agree with him when he said he hoped that the Trevor that did that on that night died that night. So I want to make sure I say that. But I just really feel like the sister and this brother is just taking this a little too. I know what I mean by You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to be mean or nothing like that. But I think he a monster. I think he a bad seed. I'm just saying. From the outside looking in. I don't see nothing good about this little boy. they're saying that he made a mistake. This was beyond a mistake. This is beyond a mistake. It's a mistake when you go in the store and you walk out with a pair of tennis shoes and a coat and hat and you ain't paid nothing. That's a mistake. Sometimes. Or you walked out and you thought you paid for it. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Because I thought I paid for this. I made a mistake. But to take out my mama and my daddy? Oh, no, baby. Mm-mm. I don't see where they see that was a mistake at all. That's just my personal opinion. It's not a mistake. And to that young man that this was your friend, stay the hell away from him. Don't write him. Don't call him. Don't accept none of his calls. Leave him where he is at. Because he done took out his mama and his daddy. As far as the sister, leave your brother where he at. If he gonna take out mama and daddy, baby girl, I'm sorry, you ain't got nothing coming when he get upset. Glad I got that out the way. Y'all know sometimes I don't be wanting to say some things because I don't be wanting to upset nobody and make nobody, feel some type of way. But they gotta leave these folks where they at. They have to. They just have to. So I have another video on this, which is more of the 911 call, y'all. More of the 911 call. Let's go.
Listen to you. Well, I was going to ask if you could pray for me, ma'am. Right now, I'll definitely be praying for you, son.
She said, I ain't finna pray for you right now.
First at 6, 911 calls released today in the double murder of a Clay County couple.
The suspect, their 14-year-old son. We are hearing more of those calls in just a few moments. But we want to thank you for joining us on First Coast News tonight at 6. I'm Jeannie Blaylock.
And I'm Heather Crawford. Anthony Austin has the night off. Tonight, we are also getting our first look at the suspect, 14-year-old Trevor Lee, who made that 911 call you just heard. Tonight, our Kenzie Krieger is walking us through what that teenager told dispatchers. So, Kenzie, what do we know so far in this disturbing case?
Yes, deputies say after the shooting, Trevor Lee walked about a mile from his home over here to a nearby church where he then called 911. His words on that 911 call paint a heartbreaking picture of what happened next. This is where deputies say 14-year-old Trevor Lee waited after shooting his parents in their Middleburg home. He called 911 from Cross Point Church, about a mile away, and asked dispatchers for help and for prayer.
I'm gonna pray first. I need to pray. You need to pray? Yes, ma'am.
In the call, Trevor tells dispatchers he threw away his backpack and emptied his pockets while waiting for police to arrive.
I'm by the road. I threw my backpack away from me. I'm stripped. I'm waiting for police. What do you mean you're stripped? Nothing in my pocket. I emptied my pockets and everything.
Inside the home, deputies found 44-year-old David Lee and 45-year-old Brandy Smith, both shot to death in their bedroom. Investigators say the teen used a gun that belonged to his parents and left it at the scene.
Sheriff's Office, reported line. How can I help you?
Hello, please. I need you some help.
In another 911 call, a caller from out of state tried to understand what could have happened.
Sorry, I'm out of state. I'm in the military. I don't know what goes on. But they just had a good day. They went to the movies, bro. They went to the movies.
The sheriff says the shooting appears to have stemmed from an argument Sunday night. Deputies are now looking into Trevor's mental health and school history. He's charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. The 911 call Trevor made ends with a quiet moment and a request.
Do you pray?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. I'll listen to you. Well, I was going to ask if you could pray for me, ma'am. Right now, I'll definitely be praying for you, son.
If you have any information, the Clay County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help. Live in Middleburg, Kenzie Krieger, First Coast News, on your side.
All right, y'all. So that was the 911 tape. 911 call. I'm sorry. The 911 call. It's heartbreaking. Sometimes we do things accidentally. Not a mistake, but accidentally. We do some things. And then of course later on down the line is when we regroup, revisit, and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this. Instagram, y'all about to end. So please come on over to all the other platforms. We on 3 Facebook pages, YouTube page, Twitch, um, and y'all about to end. Yeah, y'all ended. Sorry. But to me, when he went to the church and everything, like I need to know more about his background, you know, for me to feel sorry for him. I need to know more about his background. Did he go to church all the time? Was he a faithful member of a church? Was that the church that he went to? Did his family go to church just as well? Because he may have just did what he did to his parents and then went straight to the church and was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did this. I really just did this. So what'd you say, Jason? Oh, Jake, bring it. Come on up.
So, just hearing this last little part, right,
Mm-hmm.
begs me to think: is this is what happens when you in them suburbs and you ain't really, you know what I'm saying, putting discipline in your home. Because no matter what kind of argument or disagreement we get into, you got respect for me. A little man ain't had no respect for his parents
At all.
because they wouldn't give him or let him or have him do whatever he wanted. They said no to,
Exactly.
and that shows you that he didn't get enough no in his life.
I agree.
And these video games, because they be on them so much, be thinking that that people can just spawn back up. That's what he kind of. That's all I only get. He figured that they're gonna spawn back up and be back. Oh, it wasn't a. Nah, man. It's a wrap, brother. It's a wrap. Something going on up there in that noggin of his, man. Something going on.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm not feeling.
It's
feeling
not always
bad.
mental health though either.
No, it's not necessarily like. There needs to be an understanding of like life is a precious thing, and maybe that isn't articulated to him in some way until now, but that should be a thing where it's a very precious thing. Like your actions isn't going to change. It's not, and it changed everything. The landscape. It sound like that young lady that was out of town probably was a sister. That's in the military.
Yeah, it was his sister.
Right.
And then the young man was his best friend.
Like like he was good. Like so that's something's wrong, and someone's not being able to accept no for an answer.
I agree. I strongly agree, Jason. And he ain't the first. No. And unfortunately, he probably won't even be the last.
Who was
we
it?
Pray it
Who
is.
was it? There was a kid that was younger than the 14. He 14.
Over the game?
Like, huh?
Over the game? He ordered something off of Amazon or something like that.
He killed his mama.
Yeah.
Because his mama said, no, I'm not about to get you these Oculus. No. So he got pissed off, killed her, bought it anyway.
I think he was
let
sick.
her body rot in the basement for a couple days while he played the game.
Like it wasn't nothing. Allegedly. Like it wasn't nothing. Like it wasn't nothing.
Allegedly. Like it wasn't nothing.
Like it wasn't nothing. I don't know. And even at that young of an age, I still feel like a child, I look at my own kids at those ages. I just can't see them thinking that it's okay to take out their mama and their daddy. I just don't. So even at that age of that young little boy, he still should have known better not to do nothing like that, let alone this 14-year-old boy. So going back down to the church house, I think at that point he was just scared. He can't run. He can't. There's nowhere he can go to.
Can't go nowhere.
He didn't plan this. I don't think he planned it at all. It just happened. Because he don't have nowhere to go.
Just go deep real quick. This is what happens when the vessel is empty. You have to pour into these children to make sure that they're not empty vessels and getting taken over by the enemy.
Exactly.
Because that's all that is. If we really going to talk about it, this is an empty vessel that hasn't been poured into properly.
Yeah.
That caused
Jason
him to
right.
do something like that.
Jason right. Like, I think it's so much going on these YouTubes and even on Twitch and Instagram and, all these social media platforms. A lot of negative, but not enough positive, And not only that, these parents, they get these nice, extravagant shits. And they feel like as long as I'm spending on you, that's all I need to do. I make sure you got clothes, you got food to eat, you got shoes on your feet, and it's the nicest of the nicest of the nicest. And they feel like that's all they have to do. They don't have to take their child. They don't have to take their child to the park. They don't have to play with their kids. They don't have to do nothing but just spin, because that's what makes them happy. And like Jason said, when it's time to hear the word no, they don't know how to accept it. They don't know how to accept it. So, shout out to that family. Rest in peace to the mom and dad. As far as the family, I am with them. But I'm sorry. I just cannot get with what the daughter and the best friend saying. Yes, you may have seen a totally different young man. I'm sure you saw a totally different young man. But just know, that young man, a whole nother ballpark, baby. A whole nother ballpark. So, here we go. This is a woman that was trying to escape a shooting at a Nashville block party. Y'all stay away from these block parties, please. Nobody is safe. I don't know how many times I had to say that. Nobody is safe anymore. It's sad. I'm sorry. But stay away from these block parties. Try to stay away from these clubs. You know what I'm saying? Try to stay away from them, especially if they 18 and up. Stay away from them. You don't need to hang out with them folks. Here we go.
Those detectors are designed to prevent tragedies. Similar to what happened in East Nashville over the weekend, a 20-year-old aspiring nurse, Nevaeh Wilson, shot and killed during a block party. Our Aaron Cantrell spoke with one of her former teachers, still trying to process the devastating news.
Nevaeh's gonna be. I hit pause. That was me. Let me tell y'all something. You know how they say, you don't never want to mess with God's children. There's just some people that you just don't want to mess with, Jason, at all. Anybody with the name Nevaeh, don't mess with them people. Don't mess with nobody named Nevaeh. Okay? For those that don't know, and you're lost in La La Land somewhere, Nevaeh is heaven spelled backwards. That's what it is. Leave them folks alone. God is not pleased with you.
I am today years old.
You know?
You just put that on me. I am today years old. That Nevaeh is heaven back. Wow.
Jason, you knew that meant that's heaven back.
I surely didn't.
You didn't know that?
No.
Okay, maybe it's just girls that know that. We play around with names and stuff. I want my baby name to be this, my baby name to be
until you
this.
said it, and then I spelled it.
Yeah,
and
Nevaeh.
I spelled it, and I was like, oh, yeah.
So for everybody else that didn't know, Nevaehs, leave them alone. Don't do nothing to Nevaehs, okay? Because that is heaven spelled backwards. So all y'all did was just send her right on to heaven. But God gonna have to deal with you, baby. He gonna get deal with you. And here we go. Jason, you silly.
He truly missed. She was really a breath of sunshine.
Kiana Hughes will never forget the first time she met Nevaeh Wilson during her senior year of high school.
One day I just walked up and I was like, why you don't ever smile? And she's like, I do smile. And I was like, I don't ever see it. And she's like, I'm not mean or anything. She just was always focused.
It was that focus and drive that helped Nevaeh earn a spot at Tennessee State University, Hughes' own alma mater.
Gave her my first jacket that I got when I went to TSU, from alumni to a future alumni.
A moment that made Hughes incredibly proud.
Helped me realize something I said, something that has been instilled in her, has taught her not to give up.
But nothing could have prepared her for the call she got this weekend.
To get that call, it was a lot. I was in disbelief.
Nevaeh was shot in the lower back while trying to run away from gunfire on Oakwood Avenue during a block party on Saturday night. According to Metro Police, several people fired dozens of shots. They still don't know why. Nevaeh was rushed to the hospital, but she did not survive.
To know that she was trying to get somewhere safe because of people being reckless.
Nevaeh was known for being loving and caring, and Hughes knows she left a lasting mark on the world, especially because her name holds special meaning.
Heaven spelled backwards.
And from what Hughes knows about heaven, Nevaeh lived up to it.
They say heaven is supposed to be a place of peace. Heaven is a place of happiness. Heaven is a place of giving and love. And that was Nevaeh.
In Nashville, Aaron Cantrell, News Channel 5.
Of course, if you might have any information that could help lead to Nevaeh's killer, you should call Crime Stoppers. A vigil to honor her life is planned this coming weekend at Cedar Hill Park.
Heaven spelled backwards. That's what it is. That's something that I've known for many years because, you know, my friends started having kids at an early age. You know what I'm saying? So we was always getting together trying to figure out names for kids and stuff like that. But that is a very popular name just as well, Nevaeh. The young lady, Jason, that got murdered in, well, now she didn't get murdered in the jail, but Tanisha Chappelle had came on. I mean, she didn't come on, but her mom and sister came on. Her daughter, Tanisha's daughter, name is Nevaeh as well. So, but y'all just know, I'm just throwing it out there. You know, when you hear names like that, they're a little special, baby. They're a little special. So, Jason, this I want to show you this. I thought I didn't think about you like that, but I just like this will be an interesting story for me and Jason to talk about tonight. This was years ago that this happened, but the man that committed the crime was just executed. Yeah, that's the word, executed. Recently, like within the last couple days. But the crime happened years and years and years ago, like in the 90s, I think it was 80s and 90s. But he just got they just killed him in prison. Um, the family has been waiting for this day to come. And when I saw the video, okay, so the family that this occurred to was black. They was us. They like him, you just like the man, you see him, he black. But the white people finally had something to say. It is not funny. Y'all know I laugh at everything. It's not funny. But it's just, I was in shock at what the white people had to say behind this. But the black folks, it's like, I don't give a damn what y'all do to his ass. He needs to go. He killed my family. You know what I'm saying? So now that I said that, I want y'all to watch this video. And Jason, we're going to talk about this afterwards, okay? We're going to talk about this. And I want y'all honest opinion. Jason, I want your honest opinion too. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta say white people, you have to say white people. It's okay. We might have to say that tonight. But I want everybody's opinion on this. Y'all in the chat, pay attention. Pay attention. Here we go.
Death row inmate has been executed this year in Tennessee. Byron Black was put to death today after killing Angela Clay and her 2 daughters back in 1987. As our Steve Mailing found out, this execution looks different than the last one.
Today, the state of Tennessee carried out their second execution by lethal injection this year. Only this time, witnesses say Byron Black showed audible signs of distress throughout the process before being pronounced dead at 10:43 this morning. 37 years, the Bell family has waited.
When this crime occurred, I was 13 going to the 7th grade. I'm 51 now standing in front of you guys.
Nicole Davis says Angela Clay was her cousin. And today, she was there as her family finally saw justice served in her cousin's case.
Justice is justice, and justice has to be served. You know, the higher courts have spoken, everyone has spoken, and he has to go.
Byron Black was sentenced to death back in 1989 after a jury found him guilty of 3 counts of murder in the killings of Angela Clay and her 2 daughters, Lakeisha and Latoya. But not everyone sees justice the same way.
If this doesn't meet the threshold of cruel and unusual punishment, I don't know what does.
Protesters against the death penalty say, especially in Black's case, it's barbaric. After courts argued back and forth on whether to shut off Black's internal defibrillator, it was ruled that it didn't have to be shut off. And during the execution process, witnesses say Black breathed heavy, even saying at one point, "I can't do this," and it hurts so bad.
I interpret that my client was tortured today. The fact that he was able to raise his head several times and express pain tells you that the pentobarbital was not acting the way the state's experts claim it acts.
Black's attorney Kelly Henry says the execution of Black was an unchecked abuse of government power.
This is a no-win situation, and tomorrow morning, nothing will be changed.
But for the Bell family, it puts to rest a decades-long pursuit.
Peace, that's the word of the day. And redemption is the word of the day.
The next state execution is scheduled for December. For WSMV4, I'm Steve Mailing.
What my man Mojo say? I know you fucking lying.
Now they fucking care. Excuse my language.
I know you fucking lying. Let that man. Good. I'm glad.
Excuse Jason language.
I'm glad it hurt. I'm glad you had discomfort as you waited 35 years to be. You know what I'm saying? Good. You shouldn't have murdered that beautiful woman and her 2 gorgeous daughters. Good.
2 kids.
It should hurt. And I hope it hurt on your way down. I hope it hurt when you get there. I hope it hurt the whole time you are there. I hope it hurt when you reincarnate and die again in a bloody, gruesome, and dirty death. Yes. I hope it hurt 3 more times.
And I hope you still got the
the
burnt skin on you too.
Talking about it should be is barbaric and heinous. Man, shut your ass up too, cuz. Out here talking
now they
bullshit.
care. Now they care about us.
They care about the system, so others don't have to go through it. Nah, everybody that is deserving to be under that death penalty, you deserve it. Whatever you did, you deserve it.
He definitely deserves
each time.
I just don't understand why they care now. They probably ain't never went to go visit this man.
Because they wanna pick at the system. They want to make sure the system is picked at properly. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's all I want to do. They're picking at the system. It ain't got nothing to do with Mr. Black. It ain't got nothing to do with him.
Nothing.
It was just him.
I agree 100%. They could care less about us. Okay, let me stop. We still need sponsors for our organization. So let me stop right now. Cause baby, we take anybody's money. We don't care who you is. We will take your money. Thank you. We appreciate it. Cause we are trying to help families. That's what we are trying to do. So with that being said, we are about to move on. I just wanted y'all to hear how all of a sudden they like us.
Because They not like us.
But all of a sudden, they care about what hurts us.
Man, they don't care about whatever, man.
All right, let's move on. But we say something that we would like to say.
I was about to say it. I was about to say it.
That's what I say. Before we say something that we would love to say. All right, y'all. This is another update, y'all. Jaden Perkins. He was the 11-year-old that the baby daddy. No. Let me get that. Not baby daddy, boyfriend. The boyfriend to the mom. I think when we covered this, I think it had something to do with him getting out on bond, if I'm not mistaken. And he ended up, I don't know if it was bond or not, but he ended up going over to his girlfriend's house, trying to kill her, but ended up killing her 11-year-old son. I don't know if y'all gonna remember this as far as just by me telling you, but when you see the picture of this ninja, you should be, if you seen it on my show and you saw his picture on my show, you should be like, oh, I do remember him. This was so sad, y'all. But he has now been sentenced. So let's check this out.
Bradley.
And I'm Lourdes Duarte. We begin this afternoon with some breaking news. A man who murdered an 11-year-old boy and tried to kill the child's mother is sentenced today.
WGN's Julian Cruz is live for us at the courthouse at 26 in California with the latest. Julia?
Well, Ben and Lourdes, 39-year-old Crosetti Brand has already announced that he plans to appeal this case, but if that appeal fails, he will never see a day outside of the Illinois Department of Corrections. Judge Angela Petrone here at the Cook County Courthouse after a grueling day of victim impact statements, passing down the sentence on the first-degree murder conviction. Crosetti Brand has been sentenced to natural life in prison that runs consecutive to counts 2 and 3. Count 2 is the attempted first-degree murder of Lateria Smith, Jaden's mother. She, of course, survived, but he got 60 years in prison for that charge. A home invasion, another 60 years in prison. A total of 17 criminal charges, if you remember at the beginning. The jury unanimously determining back in June that the defendant and Crosetti Brand's account was not credible. Now, Lateria Smith left the courthouse with many of her family members, not talking to reporters. She survived the attack, of course, in March of 2024, though in the victim impact statement today, she testified that she will never be the same. Smith taking the stand, talking directly to Crosetti Brand, who was listening in on a Zoom call. He was not in the courtroom. She told him, "You have taken away one of the greatest gifts God has given me," she told the courtroom. Cook County prosecutors describing the mercilessly brutal and heinous nature of Crosetti's 2024 attack, a senseless attack based on jealousy and rage, prosecutors say, executed with wanton cruelty, they argued, seeking to inflict pain and suffering in what investigators say was clearly a premeditated act. We heard from Jaden's mother who spoke. Her father took the stand as well. Also part of the mitigation in this sentencing was Mike Lowe's story that he did about Jaden Perkins. You may remember a very touching story about the 11-year-old boy who was beloved by so many. And when that story was played in the courtroom, the family just bursting into tears. It was a very emotional afternoon here at the Cook County Courthouse. Of course, that 11-year-old boy credited with saving his mother's life, and the jury deciding that Crosetti Brand's account of the facts was just not credible.
Jalen is the hero out of all of this because he saved his mother and his brand new sister life. Jaden is the hero. He's the hero out of all this, and we appreciate the justice.
It's a very difficult day here at the courthouse. We are hoping to talk to prosecutors, and we will bring you an update coming up in the next hour. At the Layton Criminal Courts building, Julian Cruz, WGN News.
Whew. That was a lot, y'all. That was a lot. I covered this story. I think a few times I covered it, giving updates and stuff. But the mom did make it. She did make it because she was injured too. But she made it. But her 11-year-old son didn't make it, and he was trying to protect her from him attacking her. So, like they said, kudos to him. He's the big hero. You know, like he said, thank you for the justice. Thank you for the justice. But the 11-year-old, he the one, Jalen, he the one that's the big honcho right about now. So, okay, we are done with that, y'all. We are down to our last two clips. Jason, did you see our commercial with the tribute boxes? Not tribute boxes, Jesus. The memorial, Peachy memorial boxes
I missed
that I am selling now. You had to go away for a second. You had to go away for a second. But yes, I am selling memorial boxes, Peachy memorial boxes, where I custom make everything. Okay. I don't just go out to the store and say, oh, I think that's cute. Let me put this in a box. Oh, this is real cute. Let me put that in the box. No. I take my time. I design everything and I print everything off. I custom make everything that's in this box. And it's all made out of love, y'all. It's all made out of love, 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 love. I put my all in all into it. And
Love.
yes. And I just hope that y'all purchase a box for a loved one. It don't have to be for you. If you want it for you, for yourself, you can. But if you just want to surprise one of your homegirls, one of your homeboys, one of your family members that has lost someone dear, dear, dear to them, holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. I got you. Because when they open up that box, baby, it's going to be nothing but smiles, warm hugs, and maybe a couple of tears. Just a couple.
Is
All
it
right.
can it be shipped anywhere? Or is it just in
Yes,
Atlanta?
it can be shipped anywhere. There is a $15 shipping fee. And the crazy part about it is it could be more than $15, but that's all I'm charging. It's $15. And for the month of August, these boxes are only just $175.
That's it. That is it.
That's it.
That's
And I know
inexpensive.
y'all probably like, dang, that's a lot of money. But baby,
No,
when
it
you
ain't.
see the time that I put in,
No, it ain't. That's just right where it need to be.
thank you. And that's 10 items, y'all, for the $175. When they open up their box, they gonna see 10 items in there for $175. And then if y'all be like, well, no, I can't do 175, Miss Peachy. If you could do 125, they get 5 items. But I guarantee you right now, the same way that person opened up that $175 box is the same way they're gonna open up that $125 box. And that's the truth. Now, if you want it sent to you, and then you take it over there to whoever you want to surprise and give it to them so you can see their reaction, baby, I will send it to you. Okay? Or if you want to send straight to them, I'll send it straight to them. So let's go ahead because we are down to our last couple clips, y'all. We are doing good on time and everything. So let's go ahead, play this commercial one more again so Jason can see it. And for y'all that missed it. Here we go.
Whether for your own heart, a loved one, or to sow a seed for a grieving family that you may or may not know, this Peachy Memorial Box offers comfort, reflection, and warmth during difficult times. Each box is a gentle reminder that love never fades. Thoughtfully packed to bring a smile, a tear, and a whole lot of peace. We promise, when it's opened you'll fall in love with what's inside. Everything custom made with the loved one of your choice. So go ahead and surprise a family you may or may not know. Your act of kindness will mean more than words can express. Let someone know they're not alone by giving a Peachy Memorial Box today. Remember, these prices is only for the month of August. Email today for more details and to purchase. info@peachyteatyme.com.
All right, y'all. I got a secret. I got a secret. I'm gonna tell it. I'm not gonna tell it all. I'm not gonna tell it all, Jason. But I do have a little secret. The young lady that y'all saw in that video, I gave her that box on the day that on her son's death date. Had no idea. 3 days before was when I found out through the grace of God, literally through the grace of God, that it was gonna be her son's death day. So when I tell y'all I rushed, shout out to Tamika, shout out to Audra for helping me. I rushed to try to get this box together so that she can get it on her death date. I mean on her son's death date. And it was free, Jason. I ain't charged her nothing. I gave it to her and I asked her would it be okay if I use it as well to advertise. And of course she said yes. But this is the secret. Let me tell y'all how much she loved this box. Is y'all ready for this? I woke up the day before yesterday. Now she done been got this box. I woke up the day before yesterday, Jason, to $175 in my cash app. I'm like, what is that? Oh, I know I ain't hit the jackpot. Who gave me this? What is this for? And when I looked at who it was her. And I'm like, why did Angela give me $175? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. And then I had just woke up too. So I'm like, what's going on? And so I called her. And I said, Angela, you sent me $175. I was like, thank you. I said, but what you sent this to me for? She said, can you please pick a family for the event and bless the family with a memorial box?
Wonderful. We love that.
Yes. And she said, the only thing that I ask is that you say it's from Mello. I like, of course, girl.
Shout out to Mello. We hear you, Mello.
Yes. So I was so excited to do this and I can't wait to get started. I will be getting started on tomorrow. Jason, there is one other thing that I want to say just as well for everybody that's out there watching. Jason, I've been seeing a lot of butterflies in my yard. Like they just be flying around. And then my kids noticed it on today. And I mentioned this to Wendell. To everybody that don't know who Wendell is my photographer. And so now that I said that, y'all should know exactly who Wendell is if y'all been watching Peachy Tea Tyme. But I mentioned this whole little scenario to Wendell, but I mentioned it to my kids for the first time today. And when we pulled in from picking them up from school, it was a butterfly just flying around. And when I saw the butterfly, the first thing I said was, "Hey, Kiwi, how you doing?" And my kid said, "Huh? What did you just say, Mom?" And I said, I told Kiwi, "Hey, how's she doing?" And they was like, "You named the butterflies, Mom?" And I'm like, "No." And I explained to them that butterflies mean transition. That loved ones, when you speak of it in a death aspect and spiritual aspect, it means that the loved one is transitioning. And so when I noticed, I'm supposed to cry. But when I noticed that these butterflies just keep flying around my house, I just start naming them. So I may see a butterfly and I may say, "Hey, Mello, how you doing today?" Just like that. And my kids looked at me like I was fucking crazy. They did. But to adults, like when I explained it to Wendell was like, "That's dope." He was
Absolutely.
like, "That's amazing." He's like, "You need to tell people this." And I'm like, "Well, it ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't got to know. But I don't know. It's just laid on my heart to tell y'all that tonight.
Yeah.
But yes. So it's like all of a sudden, these butterflies just start flying around. And I just, before you know it, I just like, okay, well, every time I see them, I'm just gonna name them.
That's
Whoever
smart.
comes to my mind, that family has been on my show. And I may even have a connection with the families. You know, Kiwi is definitely one of the families that I have a connection with. So, yeah, that's my little story. So I'm gonna pass that along to y'all, and the same for y'all. If y'all see something strange, a butterfly just constantly flying around and stuff, baby, it could be the loved one. It could be your loved one or somebody else's loved one. And don't be afraid. Just say, hey. Say, hey, how you doing today? That's all you gotta do. And then they gonna keep on flying around. All right, y'all. So I just had to say that, Jason.
I love that. I love it. I love it because I didn't know that either. So it's good to correlate that now
Yes.
if I ever see one.
Yep. It definitely means that and you will hear a lot of moms, you know, talking about that just as well, you know. So, all right, y'all. We got one. We're gonna go ahead and end it with this last clip right here. Um Sometimes you can't save everybody. You know, we've heard along many years ago, Master P, I think it was Master P, with Captain Save a Ho. You know, but this is not one of them situations. Okay. It is not one of those. Let me repeat myself. It is not one of those situations. But at the same time, we can't save everybody. You know, but God does put certain men in our lives to protect us. That's what they're known for. A person to protect. Okay? So, with that being said, y'all, we're gonna end the show with this clip tonight. Me and Jason will be back to talk about it briefly. But shout out to this man who was killed outside the DC hotel while protecting a stranger. And now he's not with his family. Here we go.
First here at 4, though, we have a Fox 5 exclusive. Fighting through tears, a Maryland mother making an emotional plea, demanding justice for her son after he was fatally shot overnight outside a D.C. hotel.
And new details emerging this evening about the circumstances that led up to that shooting and his heroic efforts to protect those from the gunman. Fox 5's Tisha Lewis joining us live from Riverdale tonight with more. Tisha?
You can see the cluster of cars behind me over my right shoulder. Family from all over coming to the victim's family's home. The family members telling us and identifying the victim as 28-year-old Akeem Torre. They tell us he leaves behind a younger sister and also his mother. They also tell us that his father passed away a couple of years ago. They go on to say he likely never saw the bullet coming.
So I have the mom here, of course, and, you know, she lost the dad a long time ago. So Akeem has been the man of the house, you know, taking care of his mother and his little sister. And he's a really good guy.
Yeah. Justice for my son.
And they took away
justice for my son.
So important to
Justice
this family. Somebody that is like the head help of this family, is the leader of this family.
Justice for my son. Those are really the only words Felinda Peters-John could manage to get out less than 24 hours after she says her son, Akeem Torre, was fatally shot on New Jersey Avenue Northwest last night. In fact, they say he died saving a complete stranger from harm's way. Family members say Torre stepped in to protect a woman who was a stranger before being shot outside the Yotel Hotel. The shooting reportedly took place in a parking garage. Family members say Torre worked in the IT field and was working to develop new apps. By Monday morning and afternoon, the family members poured into the family's home in Riverdale. We're told the family is from Sierra Leone in southern Africa.
This is how he was raised. As you see all the women, we were raised to respect women, fight for women. And he was such a good guy. We're talking about someone who has. He was in IT, he was a project manager. He was really trying to build an app, taking all these courses. He didn't deserve it.
This is so sad, Tisha. What information do we know at this hour about a possible suspect?
Well, the suspect was reportedly driving a black sedan, potentially a black Honda. The suspect description is vague. He's being described as a man with dreadlocks, was wearing a white T-shirt and shorts at the time of the shooting.
You know what really gets me, Jason, is when you hear these families cry. You know, when you hear the pain. What's that child name? Candace Parker. Candace Parker. She came on the show. Her and her dad came on the show. And I found the news clip on YouTube and reached out to her, and she was like, "Yeah, she'd love to come on." Candace been on about a couple times about her sister, that was murdered, and the way she cried. Jason, you was on the show
I
with
remember
me when
Candace.
we
I remember
covered
Candace.
her. Yeah, it's like, and everybody got that cry. Every mama got that cry. But that cry that Candace gave, baby, it's like I ain't been right since. Look, I ain't been right since Jason. But I want to show y'all something before we get off of here tonight. Um, we gotta there we go. Somebody just sent me this, Jason, while we was on our little break. And I said, can I show this? They was like, yes, please show it. Please show it. So I'm gonna show it. But rest in peace to that man. Rest in peace to that young man, out here trying to help somebody else. And now his family and his loved ones are just devastated without him, and just trying to put all the puzzles together, all the pieces back together. And the bad part about it is this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Shout out to Demisha too. Shout out to Demisha Cooper. I will be going with her on August 18th, this month, August 18th, to trial for her daughter that was murdered by another young lady over a boy. So I'll be going to trial for that. I'll be letting you guys know what's going on, how it's playing out, and all that just as well. So but let me show y'all this. It's a butterfly. It's a butterfly. Long live JB. So yes, this is definitely something that symbolizes, like I said, a transition, where a loved one is now moved on. I have one just as well for my son. Actually, on my arm, Trey has a butterfly, Kirsten has a butterfly, but my son Tristan, he has a butterfly, and this is on my arm. He has a butterfly that has angel wings on it, on my arm with his tattoo. So I'm gonna take a picture of it, and I'm gonna show it to y'all so that y'all can see it just as well. But Belinda, thank you for sharing that with us. She said, please cousin, go ahead and let Jason know. Shit, nah, she ain't say that. She ain't say that. I threw that in there. I thought that was the right moment.
I said, ooh, okay, Belinda, I see you.
Well, Jason, I said that was the last clip for the night. But let's go ahead. I know. I lied. I lied, y'all. I lied. Let's go ahead and end the show on a good note a little bit. Can we do that? And somebody still died. They still died. But, Jason, somebody got some money. They won. They won. And guess who they won against? Y'all want to guess? Y'all want to take a guess on who they won against? That's all right. Let's go ahead and find out.
A jury siding with the family of a man shot and killed by a D.C. police officer. It comes years after the D.C. auditor found that officer acted recklessly. The 7 News' Carl Willis has new reaction to the verdict in the civil lawsuit and explains why this case isn't over.
A verdict in court 5 years after the police shooting of 18-year-old Deon Kay.
We got police accountability today in an American courtroom, and we're very thankful for that.
And 5 years after the protest outside of this MPD station in Ward 7 that followed.
Y'all, this is what we gotta do.
Today's verdict sends a sign to law enforcement that they're held accountable
that you have to stop killing black people as a means of stopping us.
Thursday, a jury ruling in favor of Kay's mother on all counts for wrongful death, negligence, and battery when an officer shot and killed Kay.
His story was that the gun was still in his hand. Well, the evidence didn't show that. And so the officer who testified to the contrary said, we know when we're approaching people with illegal weapons, especially kids, they're going to throw them and they're going to run. And that's why we should have slowed down.
Body camera video released in 2020 shows Kay tossing what police say was this handgun. The D.C. auditor finding that the shooting was justified but reckless.
We knew coming in and that we wanted to present this case in a way that emphasized the officer's negligence leading up to the shooting.
The shooting leading to a change in police policy. Kay's attorneys say the verdict exceeds $650,000. The result of what they say, the Office of the Attorney General called a nuisance value case.
They thought that it was not worth extending an offer to this mother. And so we took that quite personally, and so did the jury.
7 News reached out to the OAG. We'll let you know what they have to say once they respond. But this may not be the end of this case.
The district has made a request to ask the judge to overturn this verdict. So we will come back to this courtroom. The fight's not over.
At D.C. Superior Court, Carl Willis, 7 News.
So, Jason, I'm going to ask you this question. I was trying to get the screen together. All of a sudden, I see Jason Black Power. But no, Jason, on a serious note, I'm serious now. When an officer sees a person, a kid, because y'all know these kids nowadays, they can get down with the get down. Okay? But when an officer sees a gun in their hand, an officer is human just like us. And they seen a gun in his hand. Now, true enough, he wasn't pointing the gun at him. We got Sergeant Airman Rogers, who opened up his own door in his apartment, opened up the door. He had the gun in his hand, and the police officer just started shooting. He didn't have a pointing at him. He had it down to the side. We all seen it on camera. We had his mama on the show, everything. And shout out to Mika because her 2 boys is being honored just as well in the Peachy Memorial Museum. But he didn't point the gun at the officer. As soon as he opened up the door, they saw that he had a gun, and boom, they started busting. And he's no longer here with us. Just like this little boy. He had a gun in his hand. We all saw it. They put a circle around it and everything. And he just started shooting. But what this lady mentioned was a lot of kids that have these guns, they throw them off. They throw them away. And they just take off running. And they didn't even give him the opportunity to throw it. They just start shooting. So, Jason, what's your intake on that? Because everybody got to protect themselves.
Well, of course. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I mean, we all have the right. Everyone in this world has a right. That as long as they're, 18 depending on the state, 21 depending on the state, and up can have a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Have an armed weapon. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. You made a statement to say that police are human. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But they also go through grueling training and even just in-depth training, or at least should, through the police academy and ongoing training throughout them being a police officer of duty, of actional duty, whatever you want to call that. So the training is there for them not to react that fast. They have to mentally be prepared for those split-second decisions. So to make that decision when there is no danger, inanimate. I think these people understand.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Inanimate danger, right? There's no danger to them as of yet. So they have to proceed with that precaution and utilize, the right force at that right time. So they're wrong. I mean, 100% they're in the wrong because they go through that type of training for them not to do that, but also for them to do it if it needs to take that split-second decision. So it's good that the family won because of said situation, because there is countless trainings and things that they have to go through to make sure that they're, protecting and serving and all at the same time. You feel me? So
Exactly. Um, I just I definitely feel like the officer was wrong. I'm always one of them people that says that an officer should be trained well enough to shoot you in the foot, the leg, especially the leg, to stop you from running if you decide to take off running. Like, they should be able to train them for that. My bonus daughter, Jasmine, she was in the military, and Jasmine always say, "Chewy, get out of here." Look at him sneaking in here. Sorry, y'all know we laugh. My dog is not allowed in the kitchen, and he comes in. But anyways, my bonus daughter, Jasmine, and Jason, you met Jasmine. Jasmine, she's licensed to carry. She was in the reserve. They taught her how to shoot. She would tell you in a heartbeat, "If I shoot at you, I will not miss."
that part.
She is quick to say that. "If I shoot at you, I'm not gonna miss. So don't mess with me." You know what I'm saying? But they trained her for all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I know these officers have been trained. Like, why are they trained to kill? And aren't they trained to kill?
No.
Exactly. I don't think they are, Jason.
Now they are trained to kill you. Yes, they have shots. They know how to
Exactly. Yeah.
But they're also. Okay, I should say it this way. I've never been a police officer. I just know a bunch of police officers. I know a bunch of friends of mine, a few brothers, are police officers, and or even state troopers. You feel me? So, but
would they be willing to come on Peachy Tea Tyme, or they ain't gonna mess with us like that? They ain't gonna mess with us like that. I done went to a police officer and asked them would they come on Peachy Tea Tyme. They told me hell no. You know what I'm saying? So I was just asking. I'm just asking.
Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. No, they won't do that.
You talking about they your peoples and shit.
Maybe
you go ahead and get them on.
100% they are. But yeah, no. Unless they was retired, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I come on." But actively, oh, no. They give me that look too, like, on what? About what? No. You're not about to get me. But they get to make the decision whether
because they're scared they're gonna get fired. Or they scared that we might make them say something that they supposed to say.
Yeah, or ruffle no feathers.
Mm.
But
let's
they
stop
do
with
get to
that
make
part
the
right
decision,
there.
and their decision shouldn't be.
And that would be Jason's friend no more.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I can keep those in my pocket.
That's an inside joke. Sorry, y'all. That's an inside joke. Jason's crazy. Okay, go ahead, Jason. Go ahead. Jason, you just never know what's gonna happen 5-10 years down the line.
You hear me? Been there, done that. So I gotta keep a couple in. Look,
you gotta keep them in the pocket, baby. You gotta keep them in the pocket.
So look, I just need your help. I just need your help.
That's my laugh for the night, baby. I'm sorry that y'all probably don't even catch on to this because it's an inside job. But it's an inside job. But go ahead, Jason. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. Right, Belinda. You hear me? Belinda. I just need you.
You see, his whole tone changed, Belinda and everything. And I didn't say it. I got them as my friend. That's good enough. Don't keep going on and on about
right. I ain't saying no names, no nothing.
She said not one name.
Nope. I don't even know what department it is.
Do you think they could come on the show? Hell, fuck not to me. Come on, move on.
Excuse me.
Okay. Shout out to Jason's friend. We salute you. You better not be crooked. But Jason, go ahead though. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Belinda said it in the message in the chat as well. But it's just like they are trained and they get to use discretion. So I mean, obviously their life is always important as well. So
exactly,
these are, and we talking split second decisions that they have to make. But again, that is part of the job, and you're trained for that. So it's just trying to utilize the right mental mindset to make it happen correctly.
But Jason, we just saw a standstill. That was a standstill, a pause. They hit the pause button, and he got his hand on the side of him. How do the officer know, like you just said, it's a split second, that he ain't finna bring that arm up?
He doesn't.
Exactly. So why can't he shoot? And let me make this clear. He can shoot, but just try not to shoot to kill.
That's yeah.
That's the thing. The officers have the right to shoot. That's why we try to tell y'all all the time, do what they tell you to do. If you get pulled over, they tell you get out the car, get out the car. Even if you ain't did no wrong, just get out the car anyways. You will live to see their ass go to jail or prison for whatever they gonna do to you next. Okay? But try to do what they tell you to do. Do you agree with that, Jason?
No, agree. I agree with that just because I've been in those circumstances before, so I already know what's up.
So you agree that a regular law-abiding citizen should do exactly what the officers tell them to do when they get pulled over.
Absolutely.
Or in a situation.
Even if you have to go to jail, it is what it is. I'll put it to you this way. I had a story for that, right? I got a story for that. So I get done doing whatever I'm doing, and I decide I want to go get me a chicken sandwich from Wendy's, right? Forgot that I had a headlight out in the front of my car, okay? So I drive past a police officer. I'm not paying no attention, but I see them whip around. I say, okay. But now I'm getting into the parking lot to go to Wendy's to get my chicken sandwich. You hear me? They get behind me, turn the lights on. All right, boom, boom, bow. So he walks up to me, start to go through the process. I talk through my process. They talk through their process. He said, let me go check something out. And he walks back and he says, hey, look, there's this, there's that. I'm going to have to, you know what I'm saying, take you in. I'm like, come on, bro, please, no. At that point, please, no, ain't going to work. Right?
Okay.
Once they say they got to do what they got to do, they got to do it. Ain't no like, oh, come on, please don't do that. And they be like, you're okay, you're right, never mind. No, it's going to happen. So at that point, I have to be like, all right, bet, whatever. So I get out the car. And at that point, you know, he's kind of like, do you got anything on you? I'm like, no, but here's the thing. When I get out the car, they didn't have the expectation of me being as big as I am. So I instantly seen kind of like, not necessarily them grabbing, but like, kind of like, whoa, I wasn't expecting you to be that big. And then, you know, at that point, I'm not like, cause I so I'm like, I'm not like, not complying. I'm complying to all of it, but I'm still talking like nicely to him. Yes, sir. No, sir. You know, dang, this sucks. It's just a sandwich. Come on, bro, please. And then he's like, man, this sucks, but yeah, I got to do what I got to do. I said, all right, man, I get it. And then at the end of the day, he said a statement that kind of like irritated me, but it didn't. He said, I'm glad that you were easy going because this happened on a Friday. Typically in most spaces, if you get booked on a Friday night, which is basically Saturday morning, you're there till Monday till you see a judge, right? But he was like, don't worry about it, bro. He was like, since you was cool about it, since you was like a really cool dude and you know what I'm saying, you didn't cause you didn't cause too much trouble about it, I'm going to make sure that you get out tonight. You feel me? He's like, this is going to be a quick turnaround for you, so you ain't even got to really worry about it. So those things do matter, right? For you to not to have to be all rowdy about it, like, oh, I know my rights, I know this, that, because a lot of the times they don't want to do all the stuff that comes along with what they got to do.
Exactly.
You feel me? It's just like, all right, when I check the system, you're a red flag in the system, so I got to process the red flag. But if you cool with it, I'll make sure the process happens faster depending on what it is. But if I was all like, you can't do this, I know my rights, who's your it's going to be a long couple nights, my nigga, like for real. You know what I'm saying? But even on top of that, like he needed a partner to put the cuffs on. They had to use 2 pair of cuffs just to make sure that I am comfortable, but also B, like he's not rowdy about shit. So let's not make this a big issue either. You feel me? Because they could have towed my truck. They didn't tow my truck. All this cool stuff because I was compliant to them doing their job. Because at the end of the day, they have to do their job.
Exactly.
Once the job is called, they gotta do it. So it's a matter of how difficult we make that process. And if you feel like you know, being handled and mistreated, then that's different. But like, say for instance, right, we were going to bring up, it went viral, what, 2 weeks ago or a week ago or so, where the young man did get pulled over, and there's just a lot of, you know what I'm saying, conflict going back and forth, right?
When they hit him in the face.
And they broke the window and hit him in the face and stuff. That is too much. But we still, again, don't see what happened beforehand. Regardless of what happened beforehand, they're still in a conversation space. Like, we're still talking without raising voices, yelling at each other, none of that crazy stuff. And then it turns left due to all the other stuff. So that kind of stuff, that's when police is out of line. They out of hand for all that kind of stuff, man, because it doesn't require that. It really does not. To de-escalate a situation is not a hard thing to do. It's just a lot of ego is in the way. And typically with police officers, the ones that got to prove something, their ego is always bigger.
And not only that, 9 times out of 10, you would think that if a person is rah, 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 what do they always say? A hit dog will holler. So they going to automatically think that you hiding something, you got something going on in your car, you do not want to, that you don't want us to search your car, do all that, because you know you're going to go to jail, okay? But nowadays, and I don't know what parents is teaching their kids, I don't know, I ain't got nothing to do with all that, but nowadays, these young folks, they like, I know the law. I ain't finna get out this car. You ain't gonna make me get out this car because I know the law. But that's the thing. Yeah, you may know the law. But guess what? As far as right then and there, them officers got the right to do whatever they want to do. All that boy had to do was get out the car.
That's it.
When I see stuff like that, yeah, I be pissed off. I be like, damn, why they messing with him? He ain't did nothing. But guess what, y'all? It's still always in the back of my head. But why he ain't get out the car? Why did he just take off in the car? Not that particular boy, but I'm just saying in general. Period. Why don't you just do what they say?
I've been pulled over way too many times to be comfortable telling on this platform. I told a lot of them. But I complied on every single one of them. Every single one of them. And I haven't had not one where they're like, you know, anybody treated me wrong. Actually, I got a little more than I was expecting out of anything that happened. You feel me? Because of yes, sir, no, sir. It sucks because it sucks at this point. I got pulled over. Like, no one wants that. No one wants it because either A, you know what's going to happen because of whatever you got in your wallet, your portfolio, or you just be mad because, all right, damn, here go a ticket. Nobody wants that. But if you do all this other rah-rah shit, it's going to cause more damage than it doesn't.
I agree. Wendell. Hey, Wendell. I've been talking about you on the show all night. But Wendell said it could have been worse if he got out. Well, guess what, Wendell? They pulled and dragged him out, and it was worse.
My thing is that it could have been, but it got worse anyway. Like,
exactly.
That's like saying, like, you could get food poisoning if you eat this. Right? You don't know. That's why you start off with just compliance. Like, you start off with being, they're people, man. At the end of the day, they're people. They're no robots. They're people. So if I poke the bear in that person, then it's going to be repercussions to it. If I'm talking smart, raising my voice or doing whatever, then they're people, man. They're not supposed to just not take shit either just because they're police officers. Everybody has a tipping point. Now, they're not supposed to overuse their power, but however, they still get agitated just like people do because they people.
Just so like supervisors.
If you get met with someone hostile, you treat them with niceness. You don't also become hostile, right? Exactly. I mean, yes, some do have ego trips. I'm not taking that from you, but I think there's a lot more that are good than there are bad. That's all I'm saying. And all I'm saying is that you just got to be able to just let some shit slide. Don't have to remark or fight back or rebuttal everything, especially since you cannot win on the side of the road.
Exactly.
You
And that's what I
cannot
try to
win
explain to Poolie all
on
the
the
time.
side of the road. There's no way that is going to ever end good for a pedestrian. You're never right on the side of the road. The reason being is because people's lives matter the most, and theirs are going to go first in priority. So their lives. So it's a matter of just take the ticket, fight it in court.
Yep. I tell Poolie that all the time.
If he got more, just hands on the wheel. Yes, sir. No, sir. Man, that sucks. All right, bet. Appreciate you. Where do I go? What do I do? All right. No, sir. Have a good one. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. All right. Have a good one. And then just handle it in the court.
Like Poolie always say, I know my rights. I know my rights. You probably do know your rights, but know your rights when it's time for y'all to go to court.
That part.
You don't need to know your rights when it's just you
while it's live
and the
in
officer.
action. Your rights don't matter live in action like that. It does,
Exactly.
but it's not going. You can't change the outcome right then and there.
And my thing is, you already know that these officers want to kill us off. So why sit there and give them the opportunity to do it? Because guess what? When it's your word against them and they done turned off that button on their vest, they little camera, they done turned that off, and it's just the two of y'all out there, and you want to act the damn fool, guess what? He can shoot your ass and say, he did this to me, he did that to me. And you best believe they gonna believe his ass because there's no other cameras probably around in sight that can goddamn tell. And you best believe that officer know where a camera is all around there.
Again, those are extreme. I mean, there's been way too many times that we've been able to see the extreme situations compared to not, right? Like I said, I'm a testament of not extreme situations.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? And I sit on that because I live in the suburbs, and every space that I've been picked up in, I've been in the suburbs. And again, they all just been yes sir, no sir, drunk, not drunk, the regular, whatever the case may be. They're all been, and it's just been easy conversation, be easy processing because I know the difference. I know that I'm big as hell. I know that I have a higher chance of getting my ass whooped and a higher chance of me dying. So why poke it?
Oh, they gonna ride the king your ass.
Why poke it? So my body is limp. I don't push against the them putting the cuffs on. My hands are open when they're doing it. Like when they're saying to do this, do it. They're like that's it. That's all I'm trying to say, right? Because we've seen the worst, but I've seen the better a part of it because I've been a part of that. You feel me? That's the only reason why I speak so passionate about it is because I've been on that side. But it's also, again, just don't poke the bear about it. Get over it. Get it done. Because here's the thing. If they give you a receipt, or not even if they give you a ticket, when they give you a ticket, if and when they give you a ticket, that is a receipt. Then it has everybody names on it that came in connection to that very moment. So, and if it doesn't have it, then you get their badge number. You find out who their manager is, and then you put that badge number on there, and then you take that to court. And then you sit back and say, I know my rights, and you bring up all the rights and all of the stuff you need to help you win your case. Absolutely, Chop. 100%. I'm not taking that away from no one. More training. Absolute, and it's consistent training. It's ongoing training. Coming from the L&D department, right? Learning and development department for some companies. There's quarterly trainings, right? There's policy and procedures that are updated that I have to retrain people on. Right? That should be the exact same thing when it comes to police officers. There should always be quarterly trainings, just like, say, for instance, for nurses. They got to renew their CPR license, and they got to go to a class, one time a year to redo their CPR license. And police probably even have to do the same thing. So, yes, it should be more and more trainings.
And I see his next comment. He said on
Ooh,
both
that's
sides.
a good
I
one,
was
brother.
gonna say just as well, where it say training and more training is needed, is more parents that need to train their kids too
Well,
to
that's what he
comply.
said too. He says, "Who are training the citizens to deal with the irate police?" That's, bro. That's you just open up a bag that I might need to go ahead and start.
Yeah, you've been there. You've been there. So yeah, the citizens need to be. We need to be trained. We need to be trained because I'm telling you now, if I ain't got nothing in my car, if I ain't got nothing in my car that I need to be afraid of going to jail for, and I know I ain't did nothing wrong, and I hate to say this, but I'm only saying this because as a female, we don't get treated like y'all, Jason, unless they've been watching us. They know we with the drug dealers and the gang members, and they've been watching us. That's the only reason why they gonna with us like that. But on another note, if I get pulled over and I ain't doing nothing wrong in my car, ain't nothing going on in my car, baby, I could probably cut the police out and everything. Clean, clean, clean. And they still gonna let me go. They just gonna give me a ticket. They ain't gonna say, step out the car. I ain't never had a police officer. I'd have been pulled over, but I've never had a police officer tell me to step out the car. Never. Police? They done move cars out the way to get the police. No lie, in Michigan. No lie. I had phone calls where they have people have called me and said, man, your boyfriend, because Pooh was my boyfriend at the time, your boyfriend just got pulled over. Man, they almost ran me off the road so that they can get to him. So I'm telling y'all, all I'm saying is comply, 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 and fight. You live to fight another day. That's what I want to say. You live
What
to
movie
fight
was that?
another
What
day.
movie was that? That was a movie. I feel like that was a.
I don't know what it was, but it just came
Denzel
out
Washington.
of Miss Peachy mouth.
No. That was Pops. That was Pops from Friday. Said, we don't use
Pops
these.
from Friday, yep.
We don't use these. We use these. And that way you live to fight another day.
I think I might put that on a t-shirt. That sounds like a t-shirt, baby.
Yep. I said you just have his hands up and you live to fight another day.
We don't need a Moscow tool. We use these. Don't come to my house tonight. If y'all come if you want to. We ain't using these. We use Moscow tool.
She said, "No, we got it ready. Don't you worry. Don't you act like that."
Yeah, man, I made that very
Gotta be
clear.
quicker than that.
But y'all, I have had such a great night tonight. Shout out to Wendell who came in the building. Face card photos, baby. All my photos. Every last one of my photos. I'm even taking a step further. Jason photos too, baby. Jason photos too. His professional ones. They all came from Chops. They came from Wendell face card photos. So y'all make sure y'all check him out, baby. He is the truth. Do you hear me? He is the truth. Y'all will feel 100% comfortable. Will they feel 100% comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made me feel like a star. I didn't know what to do with my hands.
He ain't lying, y'all. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. We laughed at that probably about a good year. A good year we laughed at Jason.
A good year. Good old year.
Good old year. But y'all, thank y'all so much. Hopefully, and I am praying that y'all will see Jason in the building on August 31st. We all be together. Y'all know we all love to be together as one big happy family. So hopefully he'll be able to make it. Again, it is a private event. I do apologize. It is not for the whole public. But if you are a family to one of the loved ones that we will be honoring, please get with them and they can send you the invite and bam, you'll be able to come. Now, if you my peoples and you my family, baby, holla at me. Holla at your girl. And you in there. That's the best thing about having your own shit. I could bend the rules. I could bend the rules. So, again, thank y'all so much. At Face Card Photos, baby, on Instagram. Holla at your boy. He is mobile.
Holla at your guala.
Holla at your boy. He mobile. He'll come to your house. He gonna have that mask tool on him, but he come to your house. Nah, he might not. No, he gonna have it. He sure is. Face Card Photos ain't playing no games. Can't nobody be trusted. Police can't even be trusted. All right, we out of here. I'll see you guys on Friday. All right. Thank you, Jason. Love ya. Love you all. Bye. Oh, shit, I ain't even got the intro, outro. Here we go.
Thank y'all for watching My Mommy Show.
Yes. Peachy Tea Tyme. Ooh.
Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme.